Hi students, I am Dr. Bhavana. In this lecture we are going to deal about frog. Already in the previous lecture we have dealt about some part of the frog. Now here again in this lecture we are going to continue the frog. So last class what we have done? In the last class what we have done is about first frog. It is under class Amphibia. As well as phylum, it comes under Chordata. Class Amphibium, phylum is Chordata. Those are the important points. As well as next frog, it lives both in land as well as water. That's why it is called as amphibian. So next it is covered by olive green color layer with numerous spots are present. Those spots are yellowish in color. This fully is on the dorsal surface. Next, when it comes to ventral surface of the frog, numerous, it is light yellow in color. On the dorsal surface, olive green in color. Ventral side, it is yellowish in color. So, on the dorsal side only, numerous spots are present. These spots are called as yellow color spots. And this frog is very slippery in nature. It's slippery. That is, it has, due to secretion of so much of mucus, it appears very slippery in nature as well as soft in nature. We have discussed that frog, it exhibits the poikilothermic animal because it cannot tolerate the same temperature. The temperatures will vary from one place to another. Their body temperature is not constant. That's why they are called as poikilothermic animals. Next, their hibernation as well as aestivation is exhibited by frogs. Aestivation means summer sleep. Hibernation, winter sleep. Whenever they cannot tolerate so much of temperature, what will happen is they go into aestivation or hibernation. That is, they burrow deep and they protect themselves from high temperatures. Next, we have discussed a special property that is exhibited by frog is camouflage. That is, it changes its color from one area. Suppose in land it is green in color. Again in water it will exhibit somewhat brownish color. So it shows a special property called as mimicry. Next, what we have discussed is body and trunk are present in the frog. Only the head as well as trunk is present. Neck as well as tail is absent. Suppose other amphibians like crocodiles, neck, tail, everything is present. But here, neck, tail, all are absent. Only head as well as trunk is present. Next, what we have discussed is it also same like our humans. It has eyes, ears as well as nostrils. Eyes exhibit a special property called as nictitating membrane to protect them in water. So this is about the morphology. As well as forelimbs as well as hind limbs are also present. Mainly in the forelimbs, it has two special features called as copulatory pad as well as it has vocal sacs. These only helps in differentiation between the male frog as well as female frog. How do you differentiate between male frog as well as female frog is they have copulatory pad as well as vocal sacs are present. Male frog as well as female frog, only in male frog copulatory pad as well as vocal sacs are present. Where is this copulatory pad present? This copulatory pad is present in the first finger of the forelimb, first finger of forelimb. It is present. So that is about the frog mainly. Morphology. Next we have discussed about the respiratory system. In the respiratory system of the frog, it has two main features especially. That is, it lives in land as well as in water. In land, mainly, the skin plays a very important role as well as they have like our human beings, specialized vascularized pink bag-like structures. Those are nothing but lungs. Lungs are present. So normally the air will enter through nostrils. It is purified in the lungs. Exchange of gases takes place through the lungs. This is in land. When it comes to water, in water, skin plays a very important role. Skin. How, like diffusion. Exchange of gases takes place in water by a simple process that is called as diffusion. Through skin only it takes place. That is about the mainly the different the respiratory system of the frog. Next, when it comes to excretory system of the frog, in the excretory system of the frog, they are called as ureotelic animals. Same like our human beings only, ureotelic animals means the excretory product is nothing but urea which takes place. So in the urea, we already have discussed in the excretory system. Urea mainly, it requires only some amount of water. Like uricotelic animals means they are birds. They do not require water only. All the excretion takes place through simple process called as in the form of paste or pellets. But urea, these are called as uricotelic animals. Means what? They excrete urea, very less amount of water is required because they can live in land as well as in water. That is only the main feature you should remember. Next, when it comes to ammonotelic animals, like which live, all the fishes, freshwater fishes, everything are ammonotelic animals. Means their excretory product is ammonia. They require lots and lots of water. Because, however, they will live in water only, so they require more amounts of water, as well as they can handle so much of water. But urea product only some amount of water, like our human beings itself. So kidneys are present, ureter, then urinary bladder, same our human beings. But there is a special organ called as cloaca, through which all the excretory products are excreted. Next, the kidneys are reddish bean-shaped structures. All this we have discussed in the last class. So if any points are missed, just go to the last video, frog part 1, and you can see various, we have discussed in detail about all this. Next, when it comes to the main system, that is called as digestive system. Now we'll deal with digestive system. In the digestive system of the frog, the digestive system, the digestive glands as well as alimentary canal plays a very important role. Alimentary canal as well as numerous digestive glands are present. These only play a very important role in the digestive system of the frog. As the frog is a carnivore. Carnivore means it eats all the fleshy food. So what will happen is the digestion process should be more developed, because we also, our digestive system also is more complicated and developed, because whatever food we eat should be digested properly. That's why for frog also the alimentary canal as well as its associated digestive glands are more developed. Like us, first food enters from the mouth to the pharynx. To the pharynx the food enters. Then through the pharynx the food is passed into esophagus, a thin long colored long tube that is called as esophagus. From the esophagus the food enters into the stomach. Here also stomach is present. The food enters into the stomach. From the stomach again the food enters into the intestine. Like intestine. Here also in the intestine duodenum, all are present, like our duodenum, jejunum, ileum, colon, as well as finally tends to ileum, colon, rectum, but here it is excreted out through anus in our human beings, but here it is excreted out through a cloaca which is present. I told you cloaca. Through cloacal aperture which is present, all the undigested food is entering out through this cloacal aperture which is come. Same like our human beings only, no need to get so much confused. From the pharynx, the food enter into esophagus. From the esophagus into the stomach. The partially digested food is undergoing a process called as chyme. The partially digested food is called as chyme in human beings. Same in frog also. It is called as chyme. It enters into the stomach. Numerous churning movements takes place. All it will mix with the numerous gastric juices as well as HCl. What are the digestive products which are present means gastric acid as well as HCl. Gastric acid as well as HCl. These two are the digestive enzymes which play an important role in frog's digestive system. So from the stomach it enters into intestine, ileum, colon, it finally passes out through cloaca, through the cloacal aperture which is present. So like this digestion takes place. Normally the digestive enzymes are gastric acid as well as HCl, as well as bile is secreted from the liver. See here, here there is one structure called as liver. To the liver there is gallbladder which is present. Gallbladder. Here there are lungs which are present on either side. This is gallbladder, these are lungs. So here heart is present. Heart. This is liver which is present, a single organ. Here two sides lungs are present. Here there is gallbladder. Whatever the bile that is present, everything it is stored in this gallbladder only. Liver secretes normally bile. That bile is stored in the gallbladder. And as well as pancreas, it secretes pancreatic juice. All the pancreatic juice as well as bile juice that is stored in the gallbladder both mix and they form a common bile duct. They open into duodenum in the intestine. In the intestine what will happen is the bile juice that is stored in the gallbladder as well as the one which is stored in the pancreas, pancreatic juice, everything is passed out through a common bile duct into the duodenum. What is the use of this bile? They help in emulsification of fats. Means all the fats which enter our body should be broken down into small particles. How these are broken down? These are broken down by bile itself. So bile juice play an important role. All the undigested food will pass out through cloacal aperture. The digested food is absorbed into the duodenum as well as small intestine. All the undigested food passes out through this. So this is about the digestive system of the frog. What we have discussed is simply it is a complex structure, digestive system. That is, it consists of alimentary canal as well as digestive glands. What are the enzymes which are present, which play an important role in digestion? Is gastric acid as well as HCl. Important neat question. What are the digestive enzymes that are present? Gastric acid as well as HCl. Next, the food enters normally from the mouth into the pharynx, then into esophagus. Finally, the partially digested food is called as chyme that enters into the stomach. From the stomach, here numerous churning movements takes place, and then the undigested food, it is passed into the intestine through ileum, colon, and the undigested food is passed out through cloacal aperture. Their anus, here cloacal aperture. Same like human beings only. If you remember humans digestive system, this is also very easy for you. Here liver is present. What will this liver do is, this liver mainly plays an important role in secretion of bile juice. Bile helps in emulsification of fats. Here lungs are present. Where is bile stored? Bile is stored in gallbladder. Whatever the bile that is coming out from the gallbladder and the pancreatic juice that is coming from the pancreatic duct, pancreas, these both will meet and form common bile duct. This common bile duct in turn opens into the duodenum of the intestine. So whatever the food that is required is digested, other undigested food is passed out. So this is about the digestive system of the frog. Next we are going to deal about the vascular system of the frog. This is very important because so many NEET questions are asked based on this. What is the vascular system of the frog? See, vascular system means circulatory system. It is nothing but circulatory system. The circulatory system of the frog, it mainly consists of heart as well as blood vessels. Heart, blood vessels, numerous blood vessels are present. So that's why it is called as closed type of circulatory system. Closed type of circulatory system is exhibited by human beings, all mammals as well as earthworm, everything exhibit closed. Only the open type of circulatory system is exhibited by cockroach because it flows into open spaces. Though heart is present also, the blood will flow into open spaces, but here the blood will flow into the heart, the blood vessels and all. And it is three-chambered heart in frog. The heart is basically three-chambered. That is, two atria are present, right atrium as well as left atrium, as well as one ventricle is present, only one ventricle. When it comes to humans, there are two ventricles. So it is called as three-chambered heart. What is the, how many chambered heart means frog has three-chambered heart. A triangular shaped organ called as sinus venusus. Sinus venusus open into the right atrium. All the blood from the different organs will open into the right atrium through vena cava. Vena cava. This will open into vena cava. Here all the deoxygenated blood will come into the right atrium. To the left atrium, all the oxygenated blood will come. Deoxygenated blood means what? All the waste blood which is not required, that will come into right atrium. To the left atrium, all the purified blood will come. This full blood is mixed in the ventricle, that is oxygenated as well as deoxygenated blood. Both types of blood is mixed in this ventricle, and from this ventricle through numerous arteries, blood is pumped into the different organs through arteries. Veins will carry the blood to the heart. Arteries will carry the blood to organs. Blood to organs, numerous organs. Whereas veins, they carry blood to the heart. Numerous arteries as well as veins are present, as well as the blood along with in the circulatory system means you don't only think about blood. There is also other fluid which is present, that is called as lymph. Blood is present as well as lymph is present. Lymph is also colorless fluid, we all know. What is absent in the lymph is RBCs and numerous pigments are absent, and it is called as a colorless fluid, lymph. Whereas in blood, RBCs, WBCs, everything are present here. and hemoglobin pigment is also present in blood. When it comes to lymph, it is colorless fluid, as well as they are absent. All the like RBCs, everything is absent. What will lymph play? Lymph also has lymph vessels as well as lacteals, everything are present. How they play an important role in? They also help in transportation of nutrients as well as hormones in this. In this frog also, numerous transportation should take place. That all will take place by this lymph. So this is about the lymph mainly. And this is about the circulatory system. So what we have discussed is, first, only 2 points mainly you should remember in the frog. What are those 2 important points we should remember is, the circulatory system consists of blood as well as lymph. Blood contains numerous RBCs, WBCs as well as hemoglobin is also present in the frog. When it comes to lymph, lymph is colorless fluid that is present. And it has lymph vessels, lacteals, same like our human zone. These are present. So this is about the blood as well as lymph which is present. You all should write down so that you will understand more. If you see only 2-3 points, they are only very important for you. And the frog, in the heart of the frog, it is 3-chambered heart. That is 2 atrium and 1 ventricle. Sinus venuses, they open into the right atrium through a vena cava. From all the different parts of the body, the blood is coming into the right atrium, deoxygenated blood through vena cava. And here from right atrium the blood which enters, as well as from the left atrium the blood which enters, it is mixed in the ventricle. Okay, it is mixed. And from here through conus arteriosus, blood is passed to different organs through conus arteriosus. This will open into right atrium. What? That is sinus venusus. This is conus arteriosus which will open. So this is about that. Next, arteries, what they will do? They help in transportation of blood to the organs. When it comes to veins, they will transport the blood to the heart. Arteries from the heart, veins to the heart. Like that you can easily remember. So RBCs, WBCs we all have discussed, and the main system which it is exhibiting is closed type. Because it has heart, blood vessels, everything will flow in this small space. So this is about the vascular system of the frog. Next we are going to discuss about the nervous system of the frog. Nervous system. So in the nervous system also, see, in the frog, the easy thing to remember is everything it is similar to human beings only. Everything which you see is similar to human beings itself. Like how normally, circulatory system is same. Only 3-chambered, 4-chambered heart. Digestive system is similar. Excretory system is similar. Kidneys are present. Next, when it comes to respiratory system, only for us lungs, for them lungs as well as skin. Everything same like our human beings only. Like that you can remember. Nervous system also same. Nervous system, mainly there are 3 types of systems like our human beings only. That is, the first one is central nervous system as well as brain is present. In the central nervous system, brain as well as spinal cord is present. Next, when it comes to peripheral nervous system, what is present is cranial nerves as well as spinal nerves. Cranial and spinal nerves are present. When it comes to autonomic nervous system, here also sympathetic as well as parasympathetic activity. Sympathetic, next parasympathetic activity is present. Like that, the nervous system is central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system. In the central nervous system, there is brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, cranial nerves, spinal nerves. Autonomic, sympathetic, parasympathetic. Sympathetic is fight and flight response. When you are in some danger, this system will act. For frogs also same. Parasympathetic, rest and digest activities. When you are cool and calm, this parasympathetic activity plays a very important role. So this is about the 3 different types of nervous system. Next, when you come, same here in the brain, brain is divided in frog into forebrain, next midbrain, as well as hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain as well as hindbrain. So in the forebrain mainly what is present is olfactory lobes as well as cerebral hemispheres are present. Cerebral hemispheres. When it comes to midbrain, optic lobes are present. Optic lobes. When it comes to hindbrain, cerebellum as well as medulla oblongata. Same like our humans only. Everything is same. See, central nervous system, peripheral, autonomic nervous system. That is about this. Brain also we have already discussed in the nervous system. That is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, 3 different parts of the brain. Olfactory lobes as well as cerebral. Remember only 2 points. Olfactory lobes as well as cerebral hemispheres are present in this forebrain. When it comes to midbrain, only optic lobes are present. Here olfactory lobes, that is related to smell. Cerebral hemispheres, here optic lobes, that is related to eyes, smell as well as eyes in the midbrain. When it comes to hindbrain, cerebellum as well as medulla oblongata, those are present. Cerebellum means they help in balance of our body, equilibrium. For them also balance is required. So that is about cerebellum and medulla oblongata which is present. Medulla oblongata, through the medulla oblongata only the spinal cord passes. For them also spinal cord is present. Through the spinal cord passes through the medulla oblongata opening. This is about the nervous system. Central, peripheral, autonomic, brain, it is divided into forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, olfactory lobes, cerebral hemispheres, optic lobes, cerebellum as well as medulla oblongata. This is about the nervous system. We are last left over with the reproductive system. So in the reproductive system, mainly what is present is reproductive system of the frog. In the reproductive system, it is different in males and females because they exhibit the sexual dimorphism. So in males it is different as well as in females it is different. In males. Next, when it comes, it is to females. Mainly in the males, a pair of testes is present. Testes are present. These testes will have numerous vasa afferentia. Vasa afferentia. Important neat question. How many vasa afferentia are present? They are about 10 to 12 in number. Important neat question. 10 to 12 in number. These will open into the kidneys which are present. These will open into kidneys. From the kidneys there is ureter which in turn open into cloaca. I already told you cloaca, through cloacal aperture only all the excretory products are excreted out. So this is cloaca. Here urinary bladder opens. Urinary bladder. Same like humans only, a pair of testes is present. How they will communicate with the kidneys, how everything will pass. It is through vasa afferentia. How many they are in number? Simply 10 to 12 in number. Next are kidneys. They open into a pair of kidneys. These kidneys through the ureter, this ureter will act as urinogenital tract. That is, it will act as genital tract because testis, all the sperms will come out from here, as well as the urine also will come out through these ureters only. So it acts as urinogenital tract in males especially. Next, when you come to females, here ovaries are present. Ovaries. These ovaries will open into oviducts. Oviducts which are present. On either side, oviducts are present. Oviducts. Here, they will not have contact with the kidneys, okay? Kidneys will open out through ureter. See, everything will open into finally cloaca only. Urinary bladder also will open. Urinary bladder. These will open. Simple difference which you should remember here. No need to get confusion. See, this is in males, this is in females. The one point which you should remember is ureter will act as urinogenital tract in males, whereas in females ureter is not acting. Here through kidneys ureter is opening separately, as well as ovaries, oviducts are opening separately into cloaca. When it comes to here, through testis, vasa afferentia, they will open into kidneys. So that's why ureter will act as urinogenital tract in males. But in females, this will not act like that, ureter. Separately oviducts will open, as well as separately ureters will open. So this is about the simple reproductive system of the frog. Only one point that is very important is males ureter will act as urinogenital tract. Same testis, vasa afferentia, kidneys, ureter. Simply they will open into cloaca. That's the point. Here in females also, oviducts as well as kidneys, they will open separately. They are not in contact with each other. They will open separately. That is the main thing you should remember. So this is about the reproductive system of the frog. Finally, what are the sense organs which are present? The frog also same like our human beings only. They have touch receptors as well as they also sensory organs are numerous. Touch, taste, smell, everything is exhibited by them. Like how eyes, they help in recognizing the environment. Eyes, they play an important role in sensory function. As well as ears also play a very important role. We all have studied that for external ear is absent for the frog. Directly it opens into the internal ear. That is called as tympanum. Tympanum it opens. So eyes, ears. Touch, taste, smell. What is happening is touch means skin only plays a very important role in touch receptors. Taste, tongue is present for the taste. Smell, nostrils are present. So same sensory organs are same for human beings as well as frog. Touch is skin, taste, tongue. Smell is through nostrils. Eyes are present for sensing the environment, as well as we all have studied it is covered by nictitating membrane. When it comes to ears, tympanum is present. That is, they directly open into that. So this is about the sensory organs. Next we are going to see the last part, that is how many ova are produced every time. About 2500 to 3000 ova are produced by female frog. 2500 to 3000. They undergo a stage that is called as tadpole stage. tadpole, like the larval stage is present in the frog. That larval stage is called as tadpole, larval stage. As well as the fertilization here is external fertilization. External. That is sperms as well as ovum, they meet externally. That's why it is called as external fertilization takes place. As well as larval stage is present, that is nothing but tadpole. How many ova are given out by the female frog is 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. They are given out by the frog. Frog is very useful for us because it kills numerous pests as well as numerous insects are killed by this frog. So what will happen is numerous crops for the farmers, they are protected by these frogs. So these frogs also, they are of more of ecological importance because they kill numerous insects as well as pests, and they play an important role in our system. So this is about the frog. So what we have discussed in today's class is in the frog, for easy remembrance, it is similar to humans only. All the system, only anus, the cloacal aperture is present, as well as eyes are covered by nictitating membrane. And frog, it has the mainly fertilization is external fertilization. The larval stage which you should remember is tadpole. Excretory system, kidneys are present. When it comes to digestive system, same, stomach, intestine, everything is present, same like human beings only, bile juice, pancreatic juice, everything will mix up. Then heart, when it comes to vascular system, the difference is only 3-chambered heart, that is 2 atria and 1 ventricle is present. Same RBCs, WBCs, hemoglobin, everything is present, lymph is also present. That is about the vascular system. Nervous system also, central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, as well as autonomic nervous system is present. So brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain as well as hindbrain. Forebrain, it constitutes olfactory lobes, I told you, smell related to cerebral hemispheres are present. When it comes to midbrain, what is present is optic lobes. Next, medulla oblongata as well as cerebellum. Medulla oblongata, through the medulla oblongata only the spinal cord passes. Sense organs, touch, taste, smell, numerous sense organs are present. Next, reproductive system, only one difference you should remember, that is between testes as well as ovaries. Testes, they will open in the males, ureter will act as urinogenital tract, whereas in females it does not act as urinogenital tract, separately they open. Oviducts open separately into cloaca, these will also open separately. So all these which I have discussed are important NEET questions which you should remember. Then later, next we will deal with the different types of tissues which are present in the next lecture. All the important NEET questions you write down as well as solve numerous bits. Okay.